Learn English through stories.
A special day, Sarah's wedding. Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a young woman named Sarah. She was about to have a very special day, her wedding day. Sarah had dreamed of this day since she was a little girl, and now it was finally here. Sarah was going to marry the love of her life, John. They had known each other for a long time and had shared many adventures. They knew they wanted to be together forever. On a sunny morning, Sarah woke up with a heart full of excitement. Her bridesmaids, her closest friends, arrived at her house with big smiles and pretty dresses. They were there to help Sarah get ready for the wedding. First, they helped her put on her beautiful white wedding dress. It had lace and pearls, and it made Sarah feel like a real-life princess. Then, they carefully arranged her hair and added a sparkling tiara. Sarah looked in the mirror and couldn't believe how lovely she looked. Her bridesmaids were also dressed in pretty dresses, and they each held a bouquet of fresh flowers. They were excited to stand by Sarah's side and support her on this special day. The atmosphere in the room was filled with love and anticipation. At the same time, John was getting ready with his groomsmen. They wore nice suits and practiced their smiles for the big day. John was a bit nervous, but his friends reassured him that everything would be perfect. The groomsmen helped John with his tie, making sure it was just right. They laughed and shared stories from their time together with John. It was a moment of camaraderie and friendship. Soon, the time came to go to the church for the wedding ceremony. Sarah and John arrived separately, and they couldn't wait to see each other. Sarah walked down the aisle with her father, and John waited at the altar, wearing a big smile. As Sarah approached the altar, John's eyes welled up with tears of joy. He couldn't believe how stunning she looked in her wedding dress. Sarah's father proudly walked her down the aisle, and when they reached John, he gently handed her over. The moment was filled with emotion. The ceremony was simple and beautiful. The priest spoke about love and commitment, and Sarah and John exchanged wedding rings as a symbol of their promise to always be together. They said, "I do," and everyone in the church clapped and cheered. It was a wonderful moment. Their friends and family watched with happiness as the couple shared their vows and sealed their love with a kiss. The atmosphere was filled with love and the promise of a bright future together. After the ceremony, the newlyweds, Sarah and John, walked down the aisle as husband and wife. They were filled with happiness. Their friends and family gathered outside the church and threw confetti, making the moment even more special. The couple then headed to a beautiful park for some photographs. The park had colorful flowers and a picturesque bridge, providing the perfect backdrop for capturing their love on film. The photographer took many shots, and the couple posed with grace and smiles. The reception was held at a big, elegant hall. It was filled with colorful decorations, and the tables were covered with beautiful flowers. Everyone sat down to enjoy a delicious meal, and they laughed and chatted, celebrating the love between Sarah and John. There was a big, beautiful cake waiting for them, covered in white icing and decorated with flowers. Sarah and John cut the cake together, symbolizing their first sweet moment as a married couple. Speeches were made by the best man, the maid of honor, and the parents, all sharing heartfelt stories and warm wishes for the newlyweds. There wasn't a dry eye in the room. As the evening continued, there was music, dancing, and lots of fun. Sarah and John danced together and with their friends, creating happy memories they would cherish forever. The dance floor was filled with laughter and joy, and the couple's love was celebrated through every twirl and step. Finally, it was time for Sarah and John to lead the reception. Their friends and family gathered outside with sparklers, making a path of light for the newlyweds to walk through. It was a magical ending to a perfect day. Sarah and John drove away in a car decorated with just married signs and cans tied to the back. They were off to start a new chapter of their lives together, and they couldn't have been happier. Their wedding day was a day to remember, filled with love, laughter, and the promise of a beautiful future as husband and wife. As Sarah and John embarked on their journey as a married couple, they had many adventures together. They traveled to new places, faced challenges, and celebrated their love through the years. They planted a garden together, watched it bloom and flourish, just like their love for each other. The flowers in their garden became symbols of their love, much like the flowers at their wedding. Their love story was filled with chapters of joy, laughter, and moments of understanding. They knew that their wedding day was just the beginning of a lifetime filled with happiness, love, and many more special moments together. And so, Sarah and John's love story continued, growing stronger with each passing day. They knew that their wedding day was a special memory they would cherish forever, a day that marked the beginning of a beautiful and enduring love story. The end. Vocabulary words. Wedding, a ceremony where two people get married and become husband and wife. Bridesmaids, women or girls who assist the bride during the wedding. Tiara, a decorative, often jeweled, headpiece worn by a bride. Groomsmen, men or boys who assist the groom during the wedding. Reception, a party or gathering after a wedding ceremony. Camaraderie, a close-knit friendship and mutual trust among a group. Vows, promises made by the bride and groom during the wedding ceremony. Sealed, to confirm or make permanent, as in sealing a promise with a kiss. Photographs, pictures taken to capture moments and memories. Backdrop, the background against which something is seen or photographed. Best man, the groom's chief attendant and best friend at the wedding. Maid of honor, the bride's chief attendant and closest female friend at the wedding. Speeches, formal talks given during the wedding reception. Garden, a place where flowers, plants, or trees are grown. Flourish, to grow or develop in a healthy and vigorous way. Cherish, to protect and care for something lovingly. Enduring, continuing for a long time, lasting. Embarked, to start or begin a journey or endeavor. Adventures, exciting and unusual experiences.